Hey guys, Jeffries here and welcome to Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse at the start of the video, because it turns out it was all for nothing. Basically, I've laid the tracks and I've put some other little changes on like this. There should be a, there it is, a little cart going around doing its thing. But I've had a little rethink and I've basically decided that this probably wasn't the best of ideas. I'm still going to have this elevator system in place, and that's just going to be to take carts up and down. It'll actually be passenger carts rather than chest carts. So let me see if I can grab hold of this really quick. There we go. And yeah, it just wasn't going to work, guys. Basically, there's too many complications in it, and it will take up too much room just to make it function how I wanted it to. So as painful as this is, and as wasteful as it is, really, because I thought it was quite a successful time lapse, really. But it's time to rip all this out. It's not going to work. Nope, 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 nope. What we are going to replace it with, though, is this. That one there, and that one there, and then we're going to put this here. And this is going to be for maintenance purposes, so you can get up and down to do maintenance in the storage area. So this will be a behind-the-scenes kind of thing. And actually, public access down to this part of the build isn't necessary, because you put your stuff in at the top and it gets brought down here. Where the heck did that spider come from? So it's not lit up properly. Put another torch there, and we'll put one there as well. I've also got this cool contraption here to show you, which I'm very, very pleased with. You'll notice bone meal is here. Bone meal gets shoved out into these pipes, goes along, climbs up, and that actually goes to a flower farm, which you might have heard as I was coming down the elevator then. Basically, we've got a Horn of the Wild, which I kind of made in creative mode. Some of this, I should point that out now actually, some of this series is going to be done in creative mode to start with, and that's just to get the basic infrastructure in place. Once we've got enough foundations in place, I'll make it so that creative mode is no longer an option for anybody, not just people who aren't me. I don't really like using creative mode. I'm only using it because I can't physically on my own at the moment craft absolutely everything that I need in order to make the foundations for this city work. So it's annoying. I don't like using it. I'm pretty sure you guys don't like me using it. Sometimes that's just the way. You have to use things like that in order to get to the point that you want. Virtually all of this stuff you see down here though was made in survival. The only things that haven't been made in survival are the Magic, Thorncraft, Britannia stuff, and the Tesseracts, but they're going soon anyway. I'm going to get rid of them. The Tesseracts were just to transport power quickly, otherwise I'd have used Conduit, but it probably would have run out of charge by the time it got over here. But, you know, I'm being honest. I'm telling you guys exactly how it is. Every now and then I do tend to dabble into creative, but it's only to create one or two things. Everything you see here, for example, apart from the Ender Quarries, was made in survival. Everything you see, in fact, most of this, the majority of this stuff was made in survival. So there's still a lot of survival stuff going on here. And actually, whilst we're in this window, I want to show you the progress. You remember 2 episodes ago, I think it was, I showed you that we were crafting loads of storage compartments. That crafting is still going on. At least at this point we've finished the logic processes, we're just onto the calculation processes, and then we've got the this one, the engineering processes still to go. But slowly but surely we're crafting, we're getting there. What I like about the system that I've got is I've still got 3 other crafting processes that I could use. So it's by no means limited anymore. The old system we had, the one back at the first base, that one was very limited. We had one tiny little crafting station, and you know, you could only fit 9 recipes in it to start with. The first system we had here only had 1 crafting. It was a big one, but it only had 1 crafting processor. This new system here has got 4, with room for another, I don't know, 20 something. So there's still plenty of opportunity to actually expand and build and create the ultimate system. The only way we can speed up the inscribers is to double up the system, and it's something that I do want to do in the future, definitely. It's just a bit of a pain. I need to turn that round, I need to turn that round. There we go. So we have a new system to be able to get up and down, which I'm quite pleased with. Right, now I'm going to show you the flower farm really quickly, and then I'm going to make a cut. So up here, this is the flower farm. As you can see, I need another vacuum chest down here to actually clear up some stuff. Basically, we've got 2 autonomous activators. The one down the bottom there that I'm currently looking at, that's the bone meal one. All the bone meal comes into there and gets thrown down on the floor, which you can see, things grow. On this side, we've got one with the Horn of the Wild in. That destroys it. The vacuum chest picks up just the flowers. You can see all the seeds are dropped. It misses out 1 or 2 flowers, mainly because the vacuum chest is actually full right now. But apart from that, it picks up everything. And then takes it along here, and then back down there, and back down into the ME system. The reason that I've got that is because I'm starting to think about creating signals for the main metro route. And in order to create signals, you need dye. And in order to create dye, you need flowers. So for example, let's do this one, yeah, the signal circuit. You need dandelion yellow to make the wool. How do you get dandelion yellow? You get it from dandelions, of course, and that's what those yellow flowers are up top. So we've got the capacity now to make... Why did I come out of that window? We've got the capacity now to make signals. We can make block signals. We do need a squid farm still to create the black dye, the ink sacs, and we need a way of creating glass panes as well, because for some reason... what are they for? Might need to change that too. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to make that cut now. When we come back, this here will look different. So keep that in mind, and I will see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, we are back. We are recording again. This is actually 2 days after the last cut, and unfortunately I haven't actually gotten around to the aesthetics inside of the bank yet. There's also meant to be another floor being added to the top of this building, but again, as you can see, haven't quite got around to that yet. Because what I think we should do now is focus on power. We have a bit of a power crisis. There's not so much like we're going to run out of power and everything's going to switch off. More in the fact that over time we are going to need more power to run things. And I'd rather focus on that sort of thing now. If people join the server, then there's going to be lots and lots and lots of machines being built. And, you know, anyone who lives in a big city will know if the power goes out, there's a problem. So the best thing to do in this case is get the power up to its maximum nice and early, build a big power resource and a big power reserve, and then if anything goes wrong in the near future, we should be able to sort of roll the punches and deal with it. So what I'm doing at the moment is cutting out this huge gap here. And this is going to become what's known as the grid. A lot of things in this city are going to be called the something. So in this case we've got the grid. There we've got the bank, and this overall area is called the hub. As you might remember from 2 episodes ago, I think it was, I said what this place was going to be called. I'm currently going around, in fact, I should do this with an empty hand really. I'm going around getting rid of all these plants, etc., so I can actually see what I am doing. Because we are going to be building a reactor. And we're going to be building a turbine with the reactor. I'm just going to make sure there's no mobs spawning around me, because that's going to be a huge pain if I'm trying to build and there's mobs everywhere. So I'm going to light this area up. What's that? Oh, seeds. There we go, that should do it. Right, now this is going to be a big reactor. So, first thing I'm going to do is get the reactor housing. Did I bring reactor housing with? I don't think I did. Well, that's a good start. Okay. I'm going to need to do that. Let me show you what the bank looks like again whilst we're over here. I said it's still ugly, it's still unfinished. It's still a long way from being finished. Let's get rid of that stuff. Yeah, I need to get some reactor casing. The one important aspect of the build, and I completely forgot it. So that's good. I don't think I need that much. Actually, no, maybe I do need that much glass. Actually, we'll find out in a second. Back to the build site. So right, this reactor is going to be 10 blocks tall, excluding top and bottom. So it's going to be 12 blocks overall. So the first thing to do would be to pick a corner point. I think this is a good one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's how tall our reactor is going to be. And as you can see, it's pretty big. I'm going to do something like that for width. Although I could actually make it smaller. This is going to be quite a large building. It might even end up being integrated into the structure of the bank. Basically, we've got... let's lay down this floor properly and I'll show you what we've got to play with. I want this to be a perfect square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Now it's just a case of filling in the gap. So yeah, this can be a big power generator, and this reactor isn't going to be the main source of power. The actual source of power is going to be several turbines that come off of the reactor. Currently, I think we're only going to have 2 turbines, but in the future we're going to be extending that. That's not what I wanted to build at all. Alright, let's worry about that in a second, because we've got these Yellorium fuel rods. Now we should have enough for a height of 10 for each of these sections. Overall I've got 99 of these. So you divide that by 10, it's 9.9. If I go and grab one more, that's 10. But I think 9 will be fine for this. So I might have actually made this too big, because it'll be... Let's see, that will be a gap. So it'll be one there. One there. one there, and one there. One there, perhaps? So what's that? That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like that would be how this works. Although, these ones... yeah, that could work, actually. That could work. I'll just make the sides that little bit bigger. So we'll extend... let's see. Got the reactor casing. We'll extend this out this way. Get rid of that. These seem to be a source of light as well, which is kind of cool. Then all the way along here. And then along this way. What that does mean is we are going to have to cut this down. But that shouldn't be too much of a pain. I hate building in the dark, and that's one of the reasons why. I mean, I don't like building in the dark at the best of times because I can't see what I'm doing. Then you've got the mobs come out as well to play, and it just becomes an absolute nightmare. And you're trying to work, and you've just got these things coming at you the whole time. He now seems to be running away. I've also found that my excavator seems to be my best weapon, which is a bit of a surprise. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit 3 more of these of this. Actually, I might be able to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then this final tower here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So this is going to be the reactor, guys. Now I'm just going to take a cut here so I can actually go and grab some more of these reactor casings. I'm also going to have a little jiggle around with those fuel rods and see if I can place them somewhere different to sort of space them out a bit more. So bear with me, guys. I'll be back in a second. Just wanted to show you this very quickly, guys. Reactor's not quite finished. It's currently being filled up. But look at this. I've got a floodgate here, which has currently got a resonant ender drum being emptied into it. I was using tanks and buckets, but it was a little bit slow, so I decided to fill up a drum instead in a fluid transposer, which I've got stored as part of the new Banks crafting system. But here you see the floodgate pours all the resonant ender out into the reactor and fills it up level all the way across. Here's a little trick for those of you who aren't aware of this. It means you haven't got to go around with a bucket all the time, risking being randomly teleported here, there and everywhere across the map. Does take some time still. It probably is quicker to do it with a bucket, but it's just, this is easier in terms of making sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update on that, and now I'm going to go back to work. Okay guys, so our reactor is finished, our turbine is also finished, and we are generating power. So let me fly over here and I'm going to show you what we've got set up here. So here's our reactor. Let's start with this. It's got 9 fuel rods. As you can see, each fuel rod is full. I haven't actually set this up yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, lower reaction reduces heat, because I've got quite a lot of heat going into this reactor at the moment. It's at full, which I'm a little bit worried about in case it does explode. I'm trying to pump as much water into this as possible. Whilst I'm over here, I'm just quickly going to throw a capacity card in so I can put plutonium blocks in as well. So we've got yellorium blocks and plutonium blocks going in, and I think it's ingots that actually come out, cyanide ingots. But it's quite a big reactor, as you can see. It is, how many blocks tall is it? 12 blocks tall, I believe. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 9 across. So it's a big reactor. And here's the reservoir that's feeding water into the pipe, into the reactor to try and keep it all going. This is the turbine. As you can see, it's chugging along quite nicely. It's spinning around. Actually, the rotor speed isn't too bad. I had it up at around 1400, but then it started dropping as soon as I engaged the coils. I might need to revisit this to try and make it a little bit more efficient, because as you can see, that is dropping like a stone at the moment. But that's working. We've got steam pumping in, we've got water pumping out. This conduit here is the what's it called? Advanced conduit, I think it is. It's the highest of the Ender IO ones anyway. And it costs an absolute fortune to build, but it's worth it because we've currently got 490 RF per tick going into this vibrant capacitor bank. There are 125 capacitor blocks in this area here, all of which were crafted by our auto crafting system. This took a week to create these banks, and it's incredible just how long it took. I couldn't believe it. Even parts for the reactors and the turbines took a long time, and that's why this episode has been spread out over so many days, because it just took forever to actually craft these things up. So definitely some work's going to have to be done on the crafting system, although I think I'll be doing that off camera because it's going to drive me up the wall trying to make sure that it actually works properly. But we are now in a position where we are generating power for our city, which is fantastic. That means we can go back over to the tower and disengage all the electricity producing machines we've got over there. So we can take the solar panels off the roof, we can take the coal dynamos, not coal, steam dynamos, and magmatic dynamos out from there completely. We can actually focus on turning it into what it's supposed to be, which is of course City Hall. Everything now is generated over here, and at our EU factory, which is, I can't actually see it from here. I can see the trees that help create the power, but I can't actually see the factory building. But it's over there somewhere, the other side of apartment 4. That's about it for this episode, guys. Like I said, this episode has taken me a week to record, which is ridiculous. Because actually, if I just recorded bits and pieces, it would have taken me, what, a day maximum? But because I've been waiting so long for these things to craft, it's been just constant waiting. Definitely something that I need to work on and improve on. Most definitely. Let's see if I can charge this up quickly. Yeah, see, I'm losing power now. It's all going into my jetpack. But yeah, this episode has been very, very tiresome and very, very sort of challenging. So hopefully in the future I'll be a little bit more prepared. I'm still kind of experimenting with formats for this. So if if you guys think I'm doing something wrong, by all means let me know. I don't mind constructive criticism. Helps me learn, helps me produce better quality videos for you guys to enjoy. What have we got here? Is that just where the... yeah, I think that's just where the shaft goes in. So yes, that's about it for today's episode, guys. I think I'm going to end it here before I actually lose my mind. Let's fly back over to this. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.